Yo, guys, I hope you're well. So, why do they hate us? We are all just ordinary folk whose only wish is to live our day to day lives in peace and without too much interference from our government. We voted in this new government because the previous one was tainted by sleaze, the whiff of corruption, and the stench of entitlement, represented by a them and us stance during the lockdowns. Were we blinded and hoodwinked during the debate so much that we viewed Starmer as only a slightly bumbling man whose heart was in the right place over the elderly, the NHS, our schools, and the future of our children? There really was no clue to this totalitarian individual who has shown absolutely no signs of wishing to unify our country, but rather split it asunder, so much that it will henceforth be known as Broken Britain, the disunited kingdom. We were fooled into believing that with Starmer at the helm, backed up by Cooper, Reeves, Lammy, and Miliband, our beloved country would move forward and heal wounds and work in the best interest of the people to unite and bring harmony where there was discord. This is clearly not the same bumbler we saw at the general election debates who appeared to show decorum as he allowed Rishi Sunak to shout him down time and time again. He lied and pretended he was a reasonable chap who would listen to debate and consider other opinions. He lied like all charlatans do before shedding his scales once he stepped into power to reveal his true self. That is all forgivable because even though we were duped, we know that politicians will do and say anything to get into power. But what is truly unforgivable is that at no point since has Starmer once apologised for his heavy handedness, which none of us expect he ever will. But he's doubled down and tripled down on targeting and singling out a section of our country and labelling us as racist and far right thugs, with little to no supporting evidence, even to this day. And even worse, he didn't even have the guts to attend the scene of the horrendous murders of the three innocent girls in Southport to speak to their families or any of the hotspots in the aftermath of the Troubles, unlike our King, King Charles III. But instead, he's met with police leaders on several occasions in both UK and Northern Ireland, highlighting his utter contempt for the people. So King Charles came out to speak with the people because he knows how important it is to listen and to hear our concerns, unlike this unfeeling despot we have squatting at number 10. Why does he hate us ordinary folks so much? He's taken away the winter payments from the elderly, probably hoping they'll snuff it this winter. I remember back in the days and months following the Brexit referendum, when we heard the Ramonas complaining about those selfish old people stealing away the future of the young. And then caveating this with, I wonder if we push for another Brexit referendum, I wonder if soon they'll be dead and we can get back into Europe. I haven't forgotten the contempt shown to the old and the elderly who fought for this country's freedoms. Starmer's also raided our hard-earned savings. He's punishing the sensible and the thrifty and hovering over our pay packets, and he's looking to tax us until our eyes bleed. And like an old school headmaster, he's unleashed the cane to punish us all for veering away from his own personal curriculum and rulebook, to thrash us all on our bottoms, and as punishment to rewrite the rulebook to curtail our freedoms of speech and no doubt movement. There were riots in Leeds which went unpunished. Why is this? Was it because these riots did not threaten his agenda? Was it because the later riots sparked by the deaths of the three young girls in Southport highlighted the very sobering issue which this government is looking to conceal from the public gaze? Why does Starmer hate us ordinary folk? His actions and flat out refusal to do any root cause analysis of the causes, and there were many for the riots, reveals his utter and outright contempt for us, the people. So rather than uniting this kingdom, Starmer's actions look to drive a permanent wedge and terminal wound that will destroy it forever. King Charles gets it. You only have the authority if you bring the people with you. Starmer's contempt for the people is clear. He is only concerned with implementing laws that will keep the people in check and without hope, and like children to be seen but never heard. Starmer is a lawyer and only concerned with law, but has absolutely zero concern about where people and the individual interact with and come into contact with the law. This lawyer, who is so concerned with law and its enforcement, was not that concerned with the law and upholding it when appealing and trying with his party to overturn the Brexit referendum, was he? No, Starmer, we haven't forgotten, and we never will. The hypocrisy is endless. We people are clearly too stupid to think for ourselves, but not too stupid to be accountable for our actions in his eyes. And anyone who veers away from his new rule book, which is labelled change, will soon find themselves in 6 by 8 alternative accommodation. Guys, make sure you look after yourselves and you look after each other. Guys, make certain we keep up the letter writing, keep up with the petitions, petition your MPs, make certain that they know our feelings, and make sure that we can get these questions and our concerns answered in Parliament. Make sure you stick to the letter of the law, keep it peaceful, and guys, if you can, I hope you have a great and wonderful weekend. I look forward to seeing you guys at the next Urb'n Barz reaction, guys.